Hello. Hello, hello, welcome. I'm thinking, I think I'll probably want like a different, I'll swap out the E1 hex floor here for a different floor texture in the new year. I don't know, just some small touch like that. Cool. Welcome everybody. Well, yeah, here we are. I'm not going to be probably able to stream next week, so this is probably the last WAD Wednesday of 2018. And then yeah, I might be back in time for the second. I might be able to stream again. But yeah, cool. All right, welcome everybody. Yeah, let's do this thing. Welcome to WAD Wednesday, everybody. We're gonna pick a completely random Doom level or two, and yeah. All right, here's our mascot. How's it been? How's our year been? Plushy Pain Elemental. It's been pretty good, I feel like. I don't know. We're hanging on. Yeah. All right, let's begin. UDMFORIG. UDMFORIG by Freund. This is a UDMF format map of orig.WAD for reference purpose only. Is orig.WAD the so the UDMF is an alternate way of storing Doom level data. I wonder what orig.WAD, original WAD is. It might be the very first user-created Doom level. Yeah, what map is it? My little launcher here doesn't think there's a map there, but I think there might be. All right, so it's E1M1. Yeah, sure enough. No, I think this is. I think I do recognize this. If there's a Baron in the next room. Yep. Okay, yeah, there's two Barons in the next room. So yeah, this is, alright, yeah. And given the date, okay, so this is a historical thing that's going on here. This orig.WAD is the very first ever user-created Doom level. It existed before any Doom editors were made. It was basically just cobbled together in a hex editor. Yeah, and it was basically just somebody figuring out, I forget who created it and if they went on to other things in the Doom community, but they basically looked at the existing WAD format and figured out how to, create those two simple rooms connected by a door that we saw and also place some things there. What this is like this is from 2009 actually, and it's as the UDMF Universal Doom Map format was getting drafted and turned into a real standard, and I think this was created for reference purposes for people implementing UDMF support in their source ports. So that's a very interesting little, you know, through line of history there, because yeah, it's not the original WAD, but it's like an adaptation of it, and it's a very faithful adaptation from what I remember, because I remember opening it up and it's just like, yep, two rooms. And two surprise Barons. Okay, well, cool. That's an interesting little little piece of history there. All right, let's pick another one. Gotcha 3 by Vautherot. You wake up from your nap. Was it a scream that had woke you, or just part of a dream? This cleaning job just doesn't pay. Too many dangerous chemicals and weird experiments going on in the companies in this complex. There is an odd smell that greets you as you open the door. A revolver is laying on the ground. You pick it up and notice that it is loaded. Just then there is a guttural noise, an alarming yell. You spin in time to see a crazed guard with a shotgun pointed at you. You run just as he fires. From the look in his eyes, it will be shoot first and ask questions later. Okay, so we've got just at the very top of the README, even before any information about the thing, we've got our little story thing here. And some more story, but it sounds like pretty standard Doom stuff. This level is from 1994, from June of 1994, so it actually would have only been created a few months after the original version of that thing that we just played. The author is thanking wife and 3 kids who helped test it in the README. That's always adorable. DoomCAD 4.2 editor for platform assign and integrity. DoomEd editor. Okay, so yeah, just historical stuff here. I don't know if I recognize DoomEd editor, but yeah. Okay, and so this is E1M1. Just info about difficulty levels. It's got deathmatch support. So yeah, I'm kind of curious. I don't know if I've heard of Bruce Vautherot before. But yeah, let's try out Gotcha3.WAD. Also suggesting that it's not the first. It's not the first Doom level this author has made. All right, yeah. So we're left exactly where the README finished its setup here. Yep, we're in these cubicles. There's a shotgun in one of these cubicles. Yeah. This guy's up on his desk here, giving him a good vantage to attack from. All right, and yeah, we've got like this little outdoor office complex type thing. You know, just office complexes. They're a favorite. They're a favorite level concept for sure. Okay, and this just all connects. This architecture, it's not decorated or lit or anything, much like real world, but just in terms of like the proportions and the repetitiveness and kind of groundedness of the architecture, it definitely feels like a real place, possibly where this author worked. And there are just so many shotgun guys here. I am getting just, yeah, I'm just getting, yeah, see, I'm just getting death of 1,000 cuts here from all these guys who can hit scan me from all the way across these big spaces. So that's irritating. Do I make a power save? A 4 hit point power save? I don't know. Oh yeah, what if there is custom music? Alright, it's just the original, the classic. But I don't get tired of hearing this one the way that I do map 1, so yeah, some pretty unfortunate drugstore lighting in here, you know. I mean, I'm not going to hold this to too high a standard of excellence in terms of geometry, just because, you know, it's June of '94 and people were still very much figuring things out, but yeah. And yeah, like as a, you know, as a historical map, this isn't too bad so far. Except for getting shot by 1 million guys who I can barely see. Oh, that guy was all the way down there, and I flew out the window. All right. I love that the Doom Episode 1 skybox causes a bunch of office complexes to exist in the mountains of Yangshuo, China. That's definitely a fanciful touch that I enjoy. Oh yeah, that's right, those are baddies that killed me last time out there. Alright, yeah, this is tough. This is TUFF. Alright, what's the layout looking like here? Yep, this sure is. Man, this feels really... Yep, this is just a bunch of big buildings and big spaces in between them. I'm actually impressed that this didn't just crash computers at the time with the Vizplanes overflow. Like, if this map doesn't have any Vizplanes issues, then I'm very impressed at the author's ability to keep detail counts low, because, you know, these are like a bunch of freestanding buildings with their own, like, multiple floors and stuff. Probably some stairways that you can see from the ground floor. And there I go again, getting killed. Good old non-realistic physics. I forget what that's called in Doom circles. By that, do you mean my flying off of the, my flying out the window when I got killed? Because I think that's just kind of the standard, like, cowboy over railing tech, as I've heard it called. That applies to the monsters. Oh, this is interesting. Yeah, this is normally a mask texture that's see-through, but I guess the author used it on a door here, which is fine. Interesting green marble office. You know, you don't see that. I don't think I've worked in any office complexes that are green marble. Man. And yeah, I don't have a chain gun, so I can't, that would be probably a much more ideal instrument for... Yep, I was a fool to save with 4 hit points left. Jeez. Alright, you know what? I'm gonna give myself a medikit here. Just pretend that I didn't make this terrible mistake. Just so I have a little bit of grace. Yeah, the extreme homogeneity of the enemies is definitely kind of a bummer here, because the space itself could actually be probably kind of entertaining to fight in. Oh geez, multiple specters. I can barely see them. Alright, that's it for the music. It's a big map. And yeah, just all the indoor-outdoor here, like, again, yeah. Oh, and look at this. Is this actually, like, a clever little... Okay. So this is a relatively clever use of just the jumping, the Doom pseudo-jumping behavior that you get. Because, yeah, like, you hop up on this, and then you cross a gap, and then you hop up on this, so we have a very good 1994 innovation of, like, this is something that I can pass through going this way, and I can also go in here and pass into going this way. It doesn't look like much, you know, as far as a building or something, but, you know, credit where it's due. Ow. Okay. Ooh, look at that little river here. Is it doing like the super... Hold on, let me... Just because I'm a stickler about this. Fuzz style software. There we go. I want the big chunky fuzz pixels on these specters. I realize that they are probably only barely visible on the stream, but for my own preference. Oh, I can't get back up here. This is the blood-spattered variant of that, like, weird, like, this looks like pyrite crystals, actually, you know? It doesn't look like regular rock. It's definitely one of the weirdest textures in Doom. It kind of feels like one of the most straightforwardly digitized out of a book. I'd be curious if anybody has tracked down... There's that thread where people found, like, a bunch of the original scanned, you know, the source for a lot of the scans that turned into Doom textures. But yeah, it doesn't look great, but it's just kind of a permanent part of Doom's visual identity. I always thought of it as kind of like a flinty rock. It's like light colored with some dark spots. Flinty. Yeah, I don't know what's up with the invisibility fuzz effect. It's possible I changed it or something. I don't know. Hello, hello. Welcome. Yes, we're playing Gotcha 3 from 1994. And yeah, it's someone's office complex. This has to be someone's just like office complex, right? Like or neighborhood, but the README said it was an office type setting, and it definitely feels more like that than anything else. Alright, I don't think we've been into this building before. I feel like the author's sense of of monster placement and such is more rudimentary than their sense of level geometry. Because this level geometry, you know, this is a fairly ambitious kind of thing to build, and so even if it doesn't look amazing, it's still ambitious on that front. Whereas the monster placement and just the monster composition of the map feels kind of rote, you know? Like, it's just a whole bunch of shotgunners. Maybe they chose shotgunners just because they're tougher than troopers or something. I don't know. They mentioned that they had done multiple difficulty levels. So, I don't know. Yeah. I'm not enjoying just every enemy as a shotgunner. You know, that whole business. It's also having this effect of, like, the chain gun is overwhelmingly more useful as a weapon, but I'm only getting shotgun ammo. So I'm just passing up huge amounts of shotgun ammo. Because I don't really want to... Oh yeah, somebody's asking what I think of Romero's new thing. It'll be out sometime in February, he said. I believe that's what the site. And yeah, I definitely intend to do a non-WAD Wednesday probably, because we play random stuff on WAD Wednesday. But I probably will stream it. I'll probably stream it with the Buckethead soundtrack, just for the full experience. And yeah, we'll see. I don't know. Yeah, Romero has been streaming it, and I've held off on watching those too much just because I want to be mostly surprised by what's in the level set. But it should be cool, you know, his work on... Ooh, look at this. Got a little upstairs lava room kind of thing here. And yeah, this author is not marking any of the windowsills as impassable, so you just fly on out of there. I'm pretty sure that's why I flew out of the window the last time the guy killed me, or one of those times that a guy killed me. Okay, so yeah, where is there an exit to this map? What are we working towards here? It's always a challenge with these kinds of maps. Is just like, where am I going? Where am I trying to get to? Big and open. Yeah, I feel like I've been into most of these. Oh, this is sort of a different... Okay, yeah, I haven't been in here yet. This is, this kind of defeats some of the usefulness of the, I just want to make sure I've... this kind of map defeats a little bit of the usefulness of the auto map, because when you see into a sector, that's when it's filled in and considered found for the purposes of the auto map. And so with a super open thing, where all these buildings have windows like this, you've kind of seen into most of the interior geometry, even if you haven't, and so you can't look at the auto map to tell whether or not you have actually physically been in a building before. So that's a little tricky. I don't necessarily know a way around that, but you can probably use scripting to manually reveal map chunks. I feel like I've done that at some point. But yeah, definitely wouldn't have been a capability that we would have had. Just strange texturing choices here. We've got like this. I guess this is meant to be like a tile floor, little skull doorway sill. Yeah, metal walls. You know, 1994 texturing is kind of all about, you know, just trying random stuff out. You see a lot of that. Have I been in here? I don't recognize this bloody skin door. I feel like I would remember that, you know? It's just not something you see every day. Alright, we got additional bloody skin doors. It's just all, it's bloody because when it moves up, it gets like scraped. It's all scraped open. Ugh. Horrible to think about. Oh man, and now I fell out of here. Let's go back in. Bloody skin door again. What's in here? And yeah, I am still low in health. The author has been fairly sparing with the health. And I don't think I've been in here. Oh, look at that. Looks like an additional cubicle farm, perhaps. We got another guy standing up on his desk here. Oh my gosh, that is so annoying. Like, he can still hit you because, like, the top pixels of your head are sticking up over the cube wall, and he's up on this desk here. I don't know. Bleh. I don't like it. Yeah, I mean, so a question in the chat, like, are weird texturing choices related to tools being slower and more difficult to preview? Definitely, for sure. Yeah, no, I think that's part of it. What it absolutely has a massive impact on is the quality of texture alignment. You know, like when you see a texture that, like, above and below a window like this is different from just like a regular wall section that isn't part of a window. Those kind of misalignments, those are the sorts of things that, like, I mean, if you were fastidious back in the day, you could absolutely align that and, like, hop back and forth between your editor and the game and check your stuff, but, like, that was definitely, like, more work than a lot of people were willing to put in. And so yeah, you get, like, just, you know, texturing around windows versus walls that looks like that. Yeah. Yep, texture alignment was, yeah, I mean, it's way easier. I think the big thing that makes texture alignment way easier is just having a tool that has a real-time 3D preview. So you can just run around and just, like, it's like you're moving through the actual real level, and it's representing those texture alignment numbers for you. And then allowing you to do it interactively in a 3D viewport is golden as well. All right. Yeah. Well, dang. Yeah, I am, I can't tell where all we've been versus where we haven't, and if there even is. I feel like there's the building in the far northwest corner of this map we haven't necessarily been into yet. There's like a little stairwell type thingy. Oh yeah, that's right. I was in here. Ooh, yeah, look at that. I like this. Maybe the fanciest bit of geometry in this level here. It's like turning a corner, curving that around. Looks nice. Good job. All right, then we're up on this upper story here. This is starting to approach kind of cool, you know, if you could hop down into this space, you know, but of course you're coming in through that doorway there, so this is where we're standing now, is kind of the protected space. And there's not really much there. So I think this is, you know, the author wasn't necessarily, the author was thinking about creating an overall layout, but they weren't really thinking about combat space, you know? That's definitely a dichotomy that you see. Like, what direction will the player be entering this from, and what does the combat setup feel like from there, you know? And is there a way we can, like, change the level geo specifically in such a way that it you know, that it ramps the you know, that it just controls the combat challenge in a way that's desired. Alright, man. You think there's a... Okay, this building in the middle is where we started out. Is there a place I have not been yet? I'm not sure that there is. So yeah, maybe this is just... Is there an exit here, I wonder? I mean, also, is there... Are there any secrets that we haven't found? I don't feel like there are. Yeah. Yeah, no, I think we've actually... oh, wait, look at that. There's one lonely little shotgunner here. Feels more like an exercise in building rather than a level, which isn't an insult. And yeah, I agree on both counts. I think that's fine. You know, like Doom, you know, when Doom came out, and this would have come out, you know, this map was then, you know, I think it attracted a lot of people who just wanted to build a 3D space, you know, and then run around it in real time. That was an amazing thing that you could do on a computer in 1994. And, you know, maybe this mapper didn't stick with Doom. You know, maybe I don't know if they moved on to another game or moved into like CAD or something, or just, you know, continued working an IT job, or who knows, yeah. Oh, look at that. Okay, so we interacted with this wall. This might be a way out. Okay, alright, so that we just sort of accidentally stumbled onto a critical pathy type thing here. There are 2 other secrets in this level. I'm not sure if I necessarily care. Oh, look at that. Alright, so that's another one. And then do we need to run over here? This might be the exit. I'll bet this is the exit. Yep, okay. And so that's all the enemies and all the secrets. We thoroughly explored that map. I can definitely see what the author was saying about deathmatch. Because, yeah, that actually would have been one of the better deathmatch maps you could play around that time. Just big, outdoorsy, etc. It is a good deathmatch level. Yeah, I agree, and I think it's I think it actually works better as a deathmatch level than a single player level. But so yeah, okay. Well, that was another 1994 map, Gotcha 3 by Bruce Vautherot. Let's play another. Floor Demo 3, Ethan Watson, aka Gooberman. Okay, yeah, all right. I recognize that name. This is a well-known, I'm pretty sure, long-time Doom veteran. Second revision of moving 3D floors. This time we're using an MB3 for visual representation. Okay, this is like a tech demo map, basically. It's for GZ Doom. It's a map 1 situation. It's from 2015. I don't know. Let's jump in and let's just see what the heck this is all about. 3D moving floors. I forget if I've specifically rigged up that kind of effect before, but oh wait, did I not, does this not actually have a, yeah, actually I might have missed, no, yeah, I think there might not be a, there might not actually be, it says it's map 1. Huh. Yeah, okay. Well, I don't know. I don't get it. I don't know why. I don't know why that didn't show up in. Oh, it's a zip with a PK3. That shouldn't not work. Anyway, I don't know. Whatever. Let's move on. Don't need a tech demo. Doom press release v2.0. A remake of the Doom press release. I have converted the maps from the Doom press release version to work with vanilla Doom. I have also included the original unfinishable version of the Holy Cathedral, the map from the press release. We're just getting a bunch of different historical stuff today here. Alright, so this has got E1M2, 4, and 5. But not E1M3? This is from 2006. This would have been, yeah, like, I mean, I think this data had been available for a while, but actually converting it, I don't know. Yeah, let's have a look at this, because yeah, like I've explored these maps before. The Doom press release, I believe, was I forget, it had like a specific version number. You know, the development, the publicly released builds of Doom prior to its real release are well documented, yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. So this is E1M2. It looks. Is it in fact the one that we? Yeah. I feel like this is. Am I just losing it here? Is this actually just the finished E1M2? Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, here we go. Okay, so this is one difference. This is, you know, this is up to that initial area was very familiar, whereas we have a lift that takes us up to this bit right here, and in the final version that has been turned into a staircase. It also looks kind of like... Let's see. How does the secret work here? Oh. Yep, just got a whole bunch of these goobers running around. Okay, I guess I didn't hit that. Alright, so yeah, that opened. Yeah, see, and there's like a little... I don't think this is quite the same stairwell down. Maybe it is. I don't know. Chain gun is not out here. So yeah, just tiny little differences. Tiny little differences. The outer wall of this area is a little bit different. I don't know, yeah. And I forget what else is different about this. Okay, yeah, so the green armor is on the floor here rather than... This thing is still how it is, I guess. Yeah, so actually originally there was a whole theme of, like, you know, I think having those having the walk up to the red key sort of emphasized this theme that that this map had going, which is oh, this doesn't come back down. Or does it? Yeah, of just like you start off on this one level and then things lift you up into spaces that you need to get to. Barrel isn't there. That barrel ends up being probably a lot of players' introduction to the exploding barrel thing, if you didn't find it at the end of E1M1. Alright, so that's the opening into the dark and spooky maze. And yeah, we've got another... Yeah, interesting. We've got another lift here. Okay, yeah. And then, okay, and then this looks more or less as we remember it. You know, the chainsaw up on its little platform there. So yeah, you know, a lot of this is... Oh, look at this. What's going on? What the heck is this? Little slime maze here. We've got to run through this? Oh man, that's rough. Okay, yeah, so this room basically got turned from a slime maze with walls into an open slime room with just platforms that you want to kind of run along. It's interesting, a lot of these decisions that were made between this version and the final released version have the effect of speeding up, of putting less friction on the player as they move through the map. So I think, you know, to the extent that Episode 1, particularly its early levels, are intended to be, like, pretty fast-feeling, adrenaline-fueled. You know, I can just imagine Romero rocking out to Queensryche, you know, laying these things out. You know, yeah, I think, yeah, it definitely moves the player through quickly. Whereas, yeah, I feel like I'm moving a little bit more slowly. And yeah, backtracking through here is definitely a lot more painful. All right, so let's go into the spooky maze here and see what's different here. It's feeling pretty much the same so far. We've got the nice, we've got this you know, the iconic bright slash of light coming in through here. This is definitely the area where Doom got scary to a lot of people, you know. If they weren't scared by anything in E1M1, they would blunder into this totally optional part of E1M2, and they would just be going around these corridors. There'd be like, you know, it'd be like dark in places and bright in other places, and it really felt, you know, just the atmosphere that you're getting from this kind of lighting, you know, which seems so simple by modern standards, but, you know, it was... This was definitely the tech-forward way to do it here. Okay, let's see. Let's go a little further in. Let's see if we can get back to... Got our two buddies back by the armor here. And yeah, that's still a shoot secret. Can go in here. I think these are potions in the final version. Hit this switch, raise up the, lower the little platform. Yep. And we got the chainsaw. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I definitely don't. Yeah, I think this level is still, like, this area is still pretty dark and creepy. So I definitely don't want to discount its effectiveness now. You know, cool high contrast lighting. Okay, so I think that just about. Oh yeah, and it didn't have any secrets flagged, so that's kind of interesting. I don't know if I don't know how the author like recreated these maps, like whether it was just like a painstaking by hand trace over, or if they had some sort of conversion thing. I mean, people were definitely writing tools to screw with the pre-release versions of Doom's data around this time, but I forget where those were. And yeah, so yeah, just the whole like going up and down in this level, you know, like just even just the exit of this level having a weird little like chute that you go down into. I don't know, just very much playing with the theme. And we do know from even earlier versions of this level that this was one of the very first this was one of the very first maps that E1M2 was one of the very first maps that Romero did development on. Okay, all right, and so E1M3 is vanilla, so let's jump to E1M4. Oh, yes, that's right. E1M4 was, I think Tom Hall was still, at the time that this press release happened, maybe Tom Hall was still at id. But yeah, and this is his map, or it certainly he started it. And Sandy Peterson finished it, but it's the legendary voted best map, best vanilla, best IWAD map of all time by the Doom World community a little while ago. E1M2, yeah, sorry, E2M2. Yeah, and I guess this is probably a little different, but aside from some very minor object placement differences, I'm at a bit of a loss as to what all is different about it. Hey, buddy. And this lowers and gives us the two shotgun shell boxes. All right, this whole bit seems more or less the same. So yeah, I think the press release came out in, what was that, like October? So it was like 2 months before Doom's, you know, initial release. So oh yeah, the Berserk power-up isn't here. Might not have been implemented by that point. A lot of that gameplay code did get written. Yeah, this giant warehouse type layout was definitely part of Tom Hall's push to. He wanted to make spaces that felt relatively realistic and that had kind of real-world themes, at least for the non-hell portions. And this is very much just him jamming on. You know, you can see a lot of. I mean, this section especially, you can really feel the. You know, he designed a huge number of. He basically designed like half, I believe, of Wolfenstein 3D and Spear of Destiny's levels. So, you know, like that 90 degrees everywhere kind of maze mentality, very much taking it for a spin with a more advanced set of tools here. All right. Yeah, I can't get in there. And yeah, this still raises up. Oh, this is actually not wood themed in the final version. So maybe this is like kind of a, you know, teasing that hell wood texturing stuff that becomes a lot more prevalent, you know, further into Doom Episode 2. Yep, still got these. I wonder if the little secret goodie is back here. Yep, it is. Yep, and we pop out here. And yeah, this is like, I mean, there's some good parts to the crate maze, but this area is where I really feel like this level hits its stride. Just because it uses see, to me, even though This is an interesting, yeah. So there's nothing else on the level that looks like this. You know, it's rotated off the rectangular grid, and there's nothing else that looks like it. It also looks the same from different directions. So that's one of those uses of symmetry that is definitely kind of confusing for the player. Like if you're coming around here, and then it's like, okay, this thing again, which way am I going to go? You know, you might kind of be flipping a coin there, you know, unless you really have like some other strong landmarking. You kind of do in this direction. You can be like, okay, that's the green area that I came from. But looking down here or down here, you know, it's unclear. So, and I think, you know, I think there are definitely places where Doom's designers were looking to confuse you, you know, and I think this feature is a good example of that. And yeah, it's also just, you know, it's a distinctive feature. It changes up the lighting. Yeah, the main difference I'm noticing here with the released version is this bit got a little bit more geometrically fancy. Is that the wood was completely done away with. It turned into more tech-based stuff. Still kind of like the more gritty, weird kind of tech-based stuff. That episode 2 is known for, but yeah, okay, and this little secret progression here is more or less the same. No secrets marked, so yeah. Okay. Well, let's see. Can we go around to the one part of this map I haven't been to yet? Oh yeah, that's right, and I think there's a plasma gun. There's plasma ammo for sure. Interesting. Yeah. So I don't know if that thing is... Yeah, whatever. Alright, there's the exit. There's a little nukage duct. Let's see. Is the little secret off to the side of here? Yeah, yes it is. Oh, jeez. I don't especially want to die. Yep, I really just took this crusher right on the chin. Ugh. That feel when... Oh, okay, and it wasn't a chainsaw. Maybe the chainsaw hadn't even been implemented yet? I don't know. Yeah. Oh, geez, this is way more unforgiving. See, a little bit of tuning there. Yep. These guys are feeling it. Oh, now it's going to crush real slowly. No. Alright, you know what? I'm just going to resurrect myself here. Who cares? No. No. Sorry. Debug. Oh yeah, okay, we got some skin wall here, so just really cranking up the hell texturing. For sure. Alright, so we got the blue key. Open up this thing. Now we grab the red key, and I think that's our way out of the level. Is there anything that we missed? Oh yeah, there's that whole, yeah, that's right, there's the whole... Yeah, and we have the yellow key, so let's go in here. I don't know. This is too legendary a map not to visit all its weird little parts. Nothing on these platforms. And yeah, I forget if the press release version still had, I forget if it still had treasures in it. Treasures were cut relatively late. You know, Doom, until relatively late in its development, Doom had a score, a numeric score, like Wolfenstein 3D. Yeah. And so little treasures were just placed everywhere in the levels, and you would run around and take them. Oh, and look at that. Yeah, that's right, and that closed. Interesting. Alright. Weird times. And I think there's maybe like one more thing. Did the Jaguar version of... Why were crushers removed from Doom? I have no idea, honestly. Oh wait, can I not get into... What's going on there? Yeah, I forget how to get in. Oh, okay. Oh, right. Yeah, you can get into there from here. Yeah. All right, so the entrance of this little optional area moved slightly. And you get the looky-loo into there. Oh, that's right. I should have done this a long time ago because it's how we get the chain gun. Cool. Yeah, I don't know that much about Jaguar Doom, so I don't know if it... I could definitely imagine some weird performance or otherwise reasons, stability reasons or something, that moving platforms weren't... or crushers, specifically. Alright, yeah, I think that's... I think we just about played this level, this video game level. Yeah, I can't remember. It was the thread on voting for this map. I cannot actually remember it. It was... I want to say it was like 3 or 4 years ago. Might have been like best id maps, maybe? Oh, that's weird. Okay, alright, so that was E2M2. Okay, yeah, and this is the unfinishable version of Unholy Cathedral, aka E3M5, right? Right? Yeah. So yeah, this is another, this was a Sandy Peterson map though, right? Like, I thought E3M5 was Sandy Peterson all the way. So yeah, this probably was, and yeah, given how, if it was October, then yeah, definitely Sandy Peterson would have been on the project for a couple of months at that point. Yeah, we're already seeing some of these touches, you know, like the I forget if these are like specific, if these letters are in a specific language or something, but yeah, just, you know, hell stuff, just using weird geometric details and stuff. It's good. All right, yeah, and this room is more or less the same. Okay. Can't get out of here. Sorry, just checking my messages. What do I do here to get out? Am I trapped? Is that a one-time only switch? That's a bummer. Alright, I'm gonna ghost through it. Bloop. And yeah, this map is unfinishable, but we'll kind of know roughly where... yeah, this feels very similar. I mean, yeah, the chomping jaws of hell. Oh man, did the lower part not come open? Huh, okay, maybe I can't get back there. Oof, bummer. Yeah, so that's another fancy door that doesn't open quite like it should. This one I might not be able to do anything without this one, yeah. These crushers don't seem to crush. Get the blue key there. Yeah, there's definitely some kind of floor ceiling height lower razor mishap. And then yeah, we can get into this main space here. Let's see, is this... Okay, yeah, the one that's on the critical path, you actually need to it's still pulsing. Lost Souls infighting. I mean, that happens. Lost Souls infight in vanilla Doom, right? Punch in the skull. I'm an invisible guy. Berserk punch in the skull. It's fine. Okay, and then I have the blue key, but that doesn't... Oh, I need a yellow key to open that door. Well, this is why it's unfinishable. This pops open, but I don't think that does me any good. Yeah, I don't know. This doesn't seem like too exciting of a deviation from the E3M5 that we know. Let's go in here. See if there's anything shaken. Is the teleport ambush still... Oh, this is slightly different. It's sort of got a raised and lowered type thing. There's some goodies in here. Alright, yeah, so this is a teleport ambush. And I think at this point Romero had already done the teleport ambush in E1M9. And you can see the sound holes that enable the teleport ambush. Doesn't look like it's working so well, but yeah. Okay, and maybe we're trapped in here, or maybe there's like a little switch that'll take us out. I don't know. Bloop. And there is our exit. Oh, okay. Something. Cool. And yeah, now we're back in E1M6. Whoops. I accidentally brought down the dev console for Playsky. Okay, well that was the Doom press release stuff. Cool. Well, yeah, that was a lot more similar to if you go back and play any of the... People have released packs of these where it's like the early alpha Doom maps. Those things actually have like some pretty dramatic differences. They're a lot more boring to play through as maps because they're so primitive, you know, because the game was still in heavy development. But yeah. So yeah. All right. So it's 7:50. I don't know. Yeah. Let's do another one, and I can cut it short if we're. THE-END.WAD by Karl R. Peters from 2005. The end was accidentally uploaded in ASCII format and will likely not work. THE-END.WAD is the correct file. Please rename to THE-END.WAD. I don't know. Just uploader note. Okay. 12 years later and we're still playing Doom. Isn't it time for the end? Well, this is the end, and it begins back at the beginning. A beginning which will look very familiar at first and then becomes very wrong. It is the most ridiculous WAD I've ever created. Can you defeat 128 cyberdemons? Spoilers, man! Don't spoil that you put 128 cyberdemons in there. I can, and now I can say I'm finished with Doom. If you can beat this WAD, it takes a good half hour to complete, then you can do the same. Alright, thanks for the heads up. I don't necessarily know if I am going to compete this, legitimately at least, but this is the end, and if this is the last one that we do this year, then so be it, sure. Alright, let's play THE-END.WAD by Karl R. Peters. This did say it was E1M1, but there's a bunch of errors up, so I'm guessing that this is a play on... This is doing something clever with E1... Oh, yep, look at that. There's something funky's going on. Yep. Yep. Something going on out there, too. Big open spaces, probably soon to be filled with cyberdemons. Okay, and so we can open this up. Oh, and there's a super long hallway. I could drop down into here. I'm not sure if I want to do that, though, just yet. Yeah. Yeah, these distances are kind of unnervingly gigantic. We'll just have to see. Big old door. What is going on here? Is this just a big dead end? Alright, yeah, just a very, very amateurish slap of a door thing. I like the hypnoticness of this super long hallway, because you're moving down it long enough that it actually feels, yeah, particularly when you just stay on the same bearing, that you're going through some sort of like Time Bandits hallway or something. I'm definitely digging that. Alright, so I think we're intended to just jump down here. And yeah, what's going on? And there's a whole ton of plasma ammo. And yeah, that really is 128 cyber demons, so yeah, let's do this. And these are not going to infight at all, so I might have already made a huge mistake in terms of whoops. Yep, this is definitely of the nuts.wad. Alright, you know what? How about I'm going to use good old IDDQD here. And yeah, I don't understand, like, am I meant to... I guess I'm trying to get to that exit pillar there. Yeah. I mean, this map with Mr. Friendly would just be just a bunch of dudes chilling out, you know? Alright, is this the end of the map? Oh, okay, so that's actually, like, I mean, I could have, like, probably run around those dudes. Alright, so, yeah, this is how WAD Wednesday is going to end the year. Just a giant field of cyber demons. Yeah, we'll just let the credits play, the WAD Wednesday credits theme play over this ridiculous spectacle. So yeah, that's the end, I guess. And I don't know. I think probably lots of people have tried to make a map like this before, you know, where it's just like, this is the last Doom level, you're done now. It's like, alright. Definitely just don't have enough damage potential here to really... I don't know what the theme song to WAD Wednesday is. Maybe it could be different every time. I don't know. It would be randomly generated music by John Cage or something. Gotta run back to our thing. Yeah, I'm not actually going to play through all of this, but yeah, so I don't know. Yeah, we could start wrapping it up here. Thank you so much for watching this stream all throughout this year and possibly last year, depending on when you joined us first. Yeah, it's been fun. It's just a ridiculous thing. Yeah, I hope you all have a good rest of your 2018, and I hope that your 2019 is looking, you know, has something. I hope that you have something to look forward to in 2019. Hopefully one of those things will be more WAD Wednesdays. Hopefully another one of those things might be Psychonauts 2. I don't know. Yeah, we'll see. There's a lot to do on that front as well. Yeah, a bunch of our community folks have done a map for a map jam that's going on at the Doom World forums, and I think the deadline for that just passed very recently. So yeah, be sure to check that out. What's the name of the jam again? Can somebody give us the name of the jam in the chat? Because yeah, it seems cool. Like, I've seen little screenshots and stuff of the things that various people have been making for it. So that's always really cool. We'll just let these guys, you know, just do their thing as we rise above it all. Their rockets are hitting us from underneath, and they're just raising us up higher and higher. Your love is lifting me higher and higher. Joy of Mapping 6. That's right. Yeah. Deadline is in 1 hour. So wow. Yeah. Thank you for skiving off on that, and to watch WAD Wednesday if you're still working on your entry for that. That actually looks kind of pretty. These rockets going. It's like snowflakes falling in the nice winter. Yeah. Awesome. All right. Well, this is as good a way to end 2018 as any. Thank you so much for watching WAD Wednesday. Have a good holiday and a happy new year, and I will see you in 2 weeks, maybe, and definitely 3, if not that. But yeah, have a great one, folks. I will see you around. All right, bye-bye.